started just pumping gas in my dad's gas station. He had a gas station, and I, like every son of an immigrant, you go to work. I was practicing real estate, but I was by myself. It was lonely. You invited me to that group, and now I'm surrounded by a bunch of entrepreneurs. From that group, it created the accountability, and then it opened my eyes to like, oh wow, he's doing that. Well, if he's doing that, why am I not doing that? I took the time and the effort to take the pieces and put them together into something better.
Yeah.
Right. So now I got this piece of property where I already have $2.5 million worth of equity. And now I'm going to go develop it into a larger industrial building and sell it and make, $4 or $5 million profit. I think if you're trying to force it,
okay,
you're trying to make it work, whether it's financially or physically.
Okay.
So don't try and squeeze an opportunity, squeeze a financial outcome, squeeze whatever it is. Because when you start squeezing like that, you're going to end up with disaster.
Brother, thanks for doing this, man. Welcome to the Parables. 5 years in the making.
5 years, bro.
5 years, bro. So I want to tell a story real quick. So everyone, I have Ahmed Seifari here in the podcast room, and I want to share just a quick story. So back in 2020, I was having my first child, Gianna, and it was during COVID, something called COVID. Okay. And when we went to the hospital, that was the craziest day of my life. In fact, episode 85 that's about to drop, I go through that whole story of that whole day. Craziest day of my life. Friend passed away, and then I welcomed my daughter. And during COVID at the hospital, I was even surprised, and thank God that I was actually able to go into the hospital room and be with my wife, because some people were denied that. And I go there, and just the contingency with that is like I can't leave just because of COVID, right? And usually we like to think we're prepared, so we go there with the luggages, suitcases, and bring all the stuff that you need because it's like a couple night stay or whatever it may be. But because I can't leave, I have no snacks, no drinks, just nothing. I'm fully just unprepared, especially during that day with all the stuff, the chaos that was happening. I call, if I remember correctly, I'm talking to Ahmed via text or phone or whatever, and he's the first person automatically to say, EJ, what do you need? I'm going to drop off a care package. And I can't tell you, like, I just share that because I have, again, Ahmed Seifari here, who's not only 25 years expert real estate developer, he's a coach, he's a speaker. I don't know whatever else he does. He's doing so many different things. But more importantly, he is such a great friend. In fact, I will argue if you don't have Ahmed in your life, you need to get a Ahmed in your life, right? But Ahmed, I appreciate you coming on the podcast. And again, I just appreciate that. That's something I'm always going to hold dear to my heart.
Man, I remember that day. I almost forgot about that.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Me and the dog jumped in the car. I think we did Starbucks. We did Rite Aid. We did like 3 or 4 stops, and we had to leave it like outside the front door of the hospital for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we couldn't.
It was like almost like a DoorDash drop off or Uber Eats, right?
DoorDash before DoorDash.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
100%.
Dude, I just appreciate it. And like that was such a chaotic day, as you know, like the day before Sam Bakhtiar passed away. And then later that night, my wife went into labor.
Oh, wow.
I just don't know what the heck's going on, right? Yeah. So it's just incredible. You're such a great friend, bro.
You,
and I'm just so excited because this is not only 5 years in the makings. For those who don't know Ahmed, like he's such a great friend. We've kind of been, I wouldn't say on the similar road, but definitely on maybe like a similar direction or path in entrepreneurship as we've grown.
Sure.
But I would say just more importantly, I think this is probably the first time, bro, we're actually able to like talk shop one-on-one and kind of like maybe even mastermind a little bit here.
It might be. Yeah.
Right? Because we're always in a group setting. We always got the boys with us, right? We're always doing some stuff. Like by birthday, we're going shooting or whatever it is, right? Good. So anyway, again, welcome to the Parables, bro.
Thank you, brother. Long time, but I'm very, very honored to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, awesome, man. So real quick, I know Ahmed.
Yep.
Right. And actually, I just can't wait to actually dive into some of the stuff I have prepared for us. But for those who don't know you, give a little background about yourself. And then from there, let's go kind of maybe into the real estate development part of like how you got into that world.
Well, Southern California, born and bred my whole life, born and bred locally, grew up in Hacienda Heights, La Puente, West Covina, and started just pumping gas in my dad's gas station. He had a gas station, and I, like every son of an immigrant, you go to work and you work for free, and you work 7 days a week.
Yep.
So I spent many, many years working 7 days a week, waking up at 5 in the morning, pumping gas, working a register, then going to school afterwards, right? It took me 7 years to go to college. And from college, first job was working as a commercial real estate broker, joined the training program for a very large real estate firm. Did that for a number of years, left that, went on my own and did it for a number of years, transitioned into managing contracting and construction firms, running those firms for the owners, and then coming around full circle and just investing in developing full time now. And we've been doing that ever since 2007, but now it's become a full time type career where I go out and invest and develop in large scale commercial projects.
Was there anything that kind of brought you to that industry? Like, why that industry or that field versus other things? I feel like a man of your caliber, you could have gone into anything, to be honest. Well,
if the internet was more prevalent back then, I'd probably do something else. Because there's so many options now. Like, oh my God, I can make so much money doing this, and this. And I'm out here cold calling door to door back in the day. Before AI can dial for you, before mailers and postcards in the mail, I would go door to door to businesses trying to solicit business. But it just kind of came out. I kind of got an opportunity to interview for a commercial real estate firm.
Okay.
That was something that I really enjoyed and excelled at in school. And then it just kind of rolled into investments because you're working for investors, you're working for developers, you're working for, owners and landowners and stuff like that. And then I rolled into construction because I was just really good with my hands and knowing how to put things together and how to understand the way things worked, and just kind of investing and developing along the way. And it goes back to my love, and I guess I can apply this to many careers or businesses. I love putting things together. Whether you're taking some Legos and you're putting it together to create something out of nothing, you're putting a puzzle together, you're ripping your car engine apart and putting it back together, or you're taking friends and people and food and stuff and coming together and creating a dinner out of it and having people around, and you created that out of just bits and pieces. And I just love taking parts of something, or actually nothing, a bunch of random parts and pieces, putting it together, and now you have something. Whether it's a friendship or whether it's a commercial building, whether it's a puzzle or whatever it is, I just love taking things and putting it together.
That's the servant leader in you, bro.
Oh, thank you.
You know what I'm saying? That's the servant leader in you. A funny thing, so I always tell people in an alternate universe, I think I've shared this with you, in an alternate universe, I would probably be a professional cheeseburger blogger or an R&B singer. Okay, for a man of your caliber, what do you think? Just curious, and then we'll get into the real cool stuff here. What do you think you'd probably be in? What would be in an alternate universe?
Honestly, I would probably. There's a few things, but my number one love since growing up is airplanes. I'm just fascinated.
Airplanes?
Yeah, I'm just fascinated by how these things just fly. You know what I mean? So I'd probably be a commercial airline pilot.
Okay.
Flying big ass giant machines that shouldn't be up in the air anyways, but they are. And then with my dog next to me, just traveling and flying people around and doing cool things with a cool machine and just doing anything with airplanes. I think so.
That's awesome, man. So let's talk about real estate development. I'm fascinated by this. I have an idea of kind of what it is, but I still feel like I'm missing like the full scope of it. So walk me through kind of what that looks like. What is real estate development? Like, what does that look like from start to finish, for someone that's just kind of doesn't know that, and for everyone that's listening?
The simplest answer, and we'll go a little bit deeper, is you're a problem solver.
Okay.
You have to solve a problem. That's what entrepreneurship is. That's what business is. That's what real estate development is. I am solving a problem that the community has, the market has. whether that's housing, they need more housing, whether it's industrial space for companies to operate out of, whether it's retail space or office space for businesses and stores to operate out of. I'm solving a problem, right? And that's just my path that I've taken is real estate development. I'm a problem solver. And really it's like, do you take something that's existing and make it better, rehab it, renovate it, whatever it is, and solve a problem by giving something that's old and tired new legs again to be in service all over again? Or do you go a little bit further into it and you find a piece of land in an area that is, you know, right for development because it has the opportunity to solve a problem, and you go through the process of buying the land, taking it through the architects and engineers, taking it through the city process, the applications, the reviews, the councils, and the approvals, and then going into the construction aspect of, you know, getting your loan, putting your construction team together, building it out, getting it finished.
So you're like the facilitator, would you say?
It's more of a conductor.
Okay.
Yeah, you're actually conducting a bunch of professionals to come together, and you're taking all these bits and pieces and putting it together to create a product. My product just happens to be commercial, industrial, multifamily real estate. You know, it's the same thing if I was a baker. I'm taking all of these pieces, putting it together, and now I got a cake.
If I could be honest, that sounds like a tough job, a tough role.
It is tough, but I enjoy it because I'm being creative. I'm solving problems on a daily basis. It's different every day. So it's giving me the opportunity to put my skills to work, to do something that I enjoy doing, and at the end of the day, I have a final product that's like, wow, I did that. That was pretty cool. You know, and people always ask me, what do you do? I say I buy land and I build cool shit. Simple as that. What's
your mantra? Say your mantra.
I buy land and I build cool shit.
Okay. I was gonna say Ahmed builds builder too, right?
Ahmed builds better. I do. You know, I put the time and effort into doing it better. You know, I wish more people would do that in their own businesses and their own lives, but they don't. But you know, if I can set an example, and this is what happened to me recently. I was at a recent planning commission meeting, and they're approving one of my projects, and I'm sitting there and they're going through my project, and the planning team said, the developer is here, Mr. Seifari is in the audience, and the planning commissioner said, hey, thank you very much. I'm like, okay. They're like, thank you for giving us something that will look this beautiful. That I see that you went out of your way to do more landscaping than what was required. I see you went out of your way to make the building look better and more appealing to people than required. Thank you for doing that in our community. And I'm like, well, that's exactly why I do this, is because I'm trying to set a bar. I'm trying to set the bar high for everyone else that's doing the same thing. Because if someone comes by and they say, oh, wow, look at Ahmed's building, that's really nice, I better level up and do my building like his too. Well, and if my competition or other developers are doing more, that automatically pushes me to do more.
I was just going to ask, is that the separator for sure? It's like, compared to this developer versus this one, you got to go with Ahmed and him.
For sure it's that, but it's also creating a way to push myself to do more. Because if I'm able to bring up the other developers or other investors in the market to do really cool, awesome, amazing projects, then that's going to be like, oh, damn, well, they're catching up. It better put some more fire under me to do even more. Right? So I'm trying to create the accountability. I'm trying to create the competition. I'm trying to create the energy for me to continue to do more, because we were talking about entrepreneurship earlier, and like, where's our accountability? How do we compare ourselves to other people in our business? Sometimes it's really hard. So if I'm able to get people to push me and to set a high bar, then it allows me to go further past it, because I want to do better. I want to build better.
I love that. So I think there's a lesson here. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I want you to chime in on this. I feel that sometimes people don't look at opportunities or roles or, a job or whatever you want to call it, or a business in that lens. Meaning you look at it as, because you could be creative. You look at it because it pushes you to become better, to be better at your craft. You look at it because it raises the standards of just excellency of being a business owner. You look at it as being a problem solver, and even bringing people together, because there's so many different people involved in a project, right? And I feel sometimes people miss that opportunity because they're looking at it from an outside lens of like, oh, I would never do that. I'm not a hands-on person. I'm not this. I'm not that. But then you look at it from the inside out, right? You could actually find your spark within that.
You can, people say all the time, oh, I'm not motivated. I don't know what to do. I don't have a path. I'm like, well, I get that. And I understand. It happens to me sometimes too. But if you take the time and the effort to at least try to surround yourself with the right people, you will find a spark. You'll find the motivation. You'll find the accountability, and it will help start pushing you. So if you don't really have a direction or really understanding where you want to go in life or how to take your business or to take something to the next level or even to have a fresh start, surround yourself with people, right? Whether they're a peer group, a school group, a mastermind group, a church group, whatever it is, start surrounding yourself with people, because when you're around people, ideas flow, conversations happen, excitement brews, and then you start doing more and more, right? And then the people start holding you accountable to do more, right? So, people say, where do I start? You start by putting yourself in a position where you're around people. Get out of your house, get your head out of your phone, go to a meetup, go to a workshop, go to a speaking, go see a speaker, go to church and join a group, whatever it is. Just put yourself in a position where you're around people. Yeah. And that will start everything you need to go to get to that level.
I love that, just because our history, right, Ahmed, like we met through an entrepreneur community called Arte. Yeah. The rest is history after that.
For sure.
But it was all about getting in the room with the right people with the right mindset. Yes. And we've talked about this off camera. There's definitely a ripple effect that happens when we're meeting people and, you're kind of in your lane, but there's still that ripple effect. And we kind of look back and we're just thinking like, damn, where has time flown? Like, right. I look back too, and actually this is coming up in my head, like just like right now. I've seen you grown tremendously, not only as, in your business from afar, but also your social media presence. You're hosting events now. Yeah. You're in big rooms, right, with other developers and everyone else that would be in that type of field. I mean, talk about that journey a little bit in regards to, like, we went to a meeting together with fellow entrepreneurs in different, I guess you could say, phases in their life too. Some just kind of starting out, some people more seasoned, and then now, like, your business has grown tremendously. Yeah. Like I guess, what was the separator there? Like, when did it jump?
Yeah. So we showed up, and once again, thank you, EJ, because it was you that invited me to that meeting. I saw the group. I didn't know how to be a part of it. I didn't know how to become a member. And it was because of you, and I will always, always remember this, and thank you for this, is you invited me to that meeting because, I was practicing real estate, but I was by myself. It was lonely, right? And I only had so many people I can talk to. So you invited me to that group, and now I'm surrounded by a bunch of entrepreneurs or striving entrepreneurs or seasoned entrepreneurs who want to do better, who want to do more, right? And from that group, it created the accountability that I needed. It created the friendships and the conversations that I needed. It created the brotherhood that I needed. You, me, and the guys, we go out and we do our own thing. And I think that was the start of it, right? And then it opened my eyes to like, oh, wow, he's doing that, or he's accomplished that, or he's growing like that. Well, if he's doing that, why am I not doing that? Yeah. Because I didn't know other people were doing these things until you put yourself in that community, into that group. You don't know what is going on. You don't know what you're capable of. You don't know what the opportunities are until you put yourself in that group. So I started seeing all this stuff happen. I'm like, oh my gosh, this person's helping other people. This person is leading other people. This person is growing. This person is buying a business. This person, like you, EJ, you took the jump from a W-2, very solid, very good job that had a lot of career advancement in it. I mean, I think you were on the fast track to, administration and upper level management. I remember that. And you took the jump to pure entrepreneur. Yeah. And I think that came from the group too, right? It's just like we push each other to take those jumps, those risks, and we back each other up doing that, right? Like, we got you, bro. Whatever you need, we got you. Whether it's this, or this, we got you. Yeah. So it was that group that really got me started, and I started seeing all these people doing more. Yeah. And I'm like, well, I want to do more. And it wasn't because I was in competition with him, because I'm not.
Yeah.
None of us are. But it was because if he's doing more, why can't I do more?
Yeah.
Right? If he's going down his path and making progress down his path, why can I not make progress down my path?
Let me just jump in real quick. There's
Yeah.
a difference between envy and admiration,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
What do you think's the separator with that? Is that like someone's heart, someone's mind? Because yours was definitely
Yeah.
admiration. Envy's different.
Sure. I think it's more mindset,
Okay.
right? I think it's more emotional intelligence, right? Because you and I know a lot of the same people. We know people who are brand new in entrepreneurship and trying to get started. We know people who are worth billions of dollars, right? People on my phone are worth nothing. Some are worth $1 billion. I got numbers for both.
Yes.
Right?
$1 billion network for
Yeah.
sure. And that took time.
Took 25 years to build, right?
Yeah.
But the thing
talk
is,
about that.
when I see these people grow and expand and become successful, I don't see it as envy. I'm happy for them because I know these are good people doing good things and they're just advancing in their career. I'm so happy to see this happen, right? And then it tells me, okay, I admire them. There's admiration there. I love what they're doing. How do I do that too?
Yeah.
I don't want to take from them. I don't want to steal from them like other people do. I want to do the same, but I want to do it in my way and on my path and on my street, on my journey, right? There's enough business out there for everyone.
Absolutely.
I don't need to take from anyone else to do better.
Everyone could win.
Everyone could win. And I think not enough people understand that,
Yeah.
right? Not enough people understand that. So when I see people really doing well in life, it pushes me to want to do well because now I see there's an opportunity and there's a pathway to do that.
You're just like me, bro. I'm a fan of success, man.
Yeah.
I'm just a super fan of success. Of course, in the light of it's good success though.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like through cheating or it wasn't through like like dishonesty or things like that.
It's wild because last night I got a couple of friends together for dinner. Some of them brought some more guys, and it turned into a great conversation. There's a guy sitting next to me. He's 26 years old, just started a fund 6 months ago. He's already raised $100 million.
That's crazy.
And I could sit there and be all grumbling and mad. I'm like, well, I want that. I could do that. I'm like
he's lucky, or like who what connections did the parents give him, or I don't know, whatever, right?
And who cares?
Yeah.
I was more like, how'd you do that? Because I want to know what you know so I can do it for myself. I don't want to take from you. I don't want to compete with you. I want to encourage you to keep growing because the more you keep growing, the more I'm going to keep learning from you.
Yeah.
But show me how to do it too, because like we just talked about, there's enough business for everyone.
Yeah.
How do I go and raise money? How do I go raise capital? How do I create those relationships to do that? Apparently you're really good at it, and I'm happy for you. How do I do that?
Yeah.
And that's the way I see it. You never know who you're going to sit next to. You never know who you're going to talk to, but you bring people together. And like I said, you're in that room. It forces you to level up because now you start seeing a pathway to different opportunities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to think, and correct me if I'm wrong, like if you're a good person, you want to see other people win.
Yeah.
It's like you paying it forward.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
For sure.
And like, there's nothing really to hide. I mean, again, like if we have that, if you're successful and you want to pay it forward, you automatically want to see other people win because you're a fan of success. People have been there to propel you to your success, so you want to pay that forward.
Sure.
And it's just natural. And everyone can win.
Yes.
And it's funny because I feel sometimes, don't get me wrong, I think having a competition mindset it is healthy to a certain extent.
Yes.
Right? There's different tiers to it.
Sure.
Right? But I just feel like sometimes I think like that competition mode in entrepreneurship hurts people a lot too. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess the question is, who are you competing with?
Yeah.
Are you competing with yourself or are you competing with everyone else?
Yeah.
You can compete with everyone else and you'll be a loser every time. Or you can compete with yourself. And I think it all starts with mindset. Understanding that there's enough for everyone out there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's also goes back to ego. We all have an ego.
Yep.
Everybody has an ego. But the question is, are you using that ego for envy and competition
and self-interest.
is self-interest.
Yep.
Or you're using that ego to push you to say, hey, I want to be recognized for doing something cool. I want to be recognized for having a successful company. I want to be recognized for giving a lot of people employment and jobs and careers and opportunities. I want to be recognized for that guy that took it from nothing to something.
Yeah.
That feeds the ego, but that I see that in a healthy ego.
Yeah.
Right? You're not doing it because you just want all the fame and fortune and eyeballs on you. You're doing it because you want to show people that, hey, I've done this, recognize this, I put in the hard work, recognize that, and I became successful because I did all the right things.
Yeah.
Recognize that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the end of that too, like there's impact that's being created as well.
Yeah.
Right. So it's a good thing. Right.
Right.
So, okay, let's talk about. I feel so. If I wanted to get into real estate development, like you took would you say your route was a traditional route, like going to that for school and going to it, or?
I don't think there really is a traditional route for development.
Because I was just going to ask, so how would someone, whether it's someone that just has money to deploy,
Yep.
maybe they're in residential real estate and they want to like jump to, what you do, like commercial real estate development,
Sure.
or maybe I'm a business owner.
Yeah.
Like how does someone kind of tap their feet into it, or,
I think
get their feet wet?
First and foremost, it's like you got to understand and recognize your own strengths, right? Hey, am I able to organize? Am I able to lead? Am I able to facilitate? Or am I better as a team player for someone else who can? And there's no right or wrong way. And then you got to pick a path. Look, you're an investment advisor, right? There's all sorts of investments. There's all sorts of different paths, and you chose your path. I'm going to be an investment advisor. I'm going to be on this path. Same with real estate. Hey, you know what? I see an opportunity to build a house on this lot. I'm going to take that single family residential path. Or with me, I'm going to take that commercial path. So it all kind of goes back to understanding your strengths and if it's something you can do. And then number two, choosing a path. I don't suggest people go out and build houses and then go out and build shopping centers. They're two completely different animals. It's like being an investment advisor. Hey, I'm investing on this specialty, or I'm investing on this. You can't do both, right? No one is it's more like going back to, jack of all, master of none.
Yeah.
Choose a path, become an expert, and do it well.
So are you saying like kind of maybe niche down or specialize?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are some examples of that? Like you kind of mentioned it, but are any other examples? Like,
yeah. And that's my mentors helping me get even more specialized and more narrowed down and making, tactical decisions.
Yeah.
So for me, I've gone from being wide focused to being more and more narrow focused. And now I'm looking at small lot development between up to 3 acres. I have a few large ones, right? But more often than not, smaller lots where I can do, which are bigger than most, single family developers. I'm just going to build one house.
Yeah.
But my projects are smaller than the big national developers. I'm kind of like in the in-between spot.
Okay.
So small lot development, 1 to 3 acres in 3 different markets, Dallas, Phoenix, and Southern California.
Nice.
Right? And then I'm trying to even narrow it down to what are those types of developments. I'm not looking at office buildings, even though I have one office building development. It's a one-off. I'm not looking at shopping centers. I'm not looking at specialty buildings. I'm not looking at anything else. I'm looking at multifamily developments, and I'm looking at small to medium-sized industrial buildings.
Okay.
Right? So those are 2 things that I've known well my whole life, and so I'm trying to focus on those types of things and become an expert on those types of buildings and those types of projects.
Is it because you're more familiar with it, or is that kind of like the hot thing right now?
It's because I'm familiar with it.
Okay, got it.
I started my career doing industrial buildings and investing in a multifamily.
Got it.
Those are the 2 paths I know best. If someone comes to me and says, I want to go build, 20 single family homes, I'd be like, well, I can show you the process, but I'm not the expert on it. Right. I can do it, but I can't do it as well as everyone else. I got my focus in small industrial, multifamily.
Nice.
Yeah.
So a couple things before we kind of segue into a different topic here, but can you describe to me, or maybe just share like a good, like a deal, like a good deal, maybe a bad deal? Like what did that look like? Or actually, no, let's go back. How about a recent project? Okay. A recent successful project?
Yeah, well, a recent success, we're not finished with it yet. We're still going through the process. Okay. but it's going to be.
But it's heading there.
Oh yeah,
sure.
it's going to be a home run.
Okay, nice.
Home run.
Okay.
So it was 3 years in the making just to get started. It took 3 years just to get started on this project. So I saw one piece of land for sale. I'm like, okay, but there's 2 other pieces next to it that aren't for sale. It was too small for anyone really to buy and develop on. But I'm like, okay, if I can get that one, can I get the one next to it and the one next to it, right?
You're already scheming.
Yeah. So I went after the first one.
Yeah.
And I got that, under contract. And right before I was supposed to close, either I get out of the deal or I move forward, I was able to get the second one under contract.
Nice.
So now I got 2 side by side. And the third one was owned by a kind of like a government agency that just had it left over.
So different ownerships between
all
all
three. 3 different ownerships.
Okay,
I'm like, okay, now I got the second. And I went and talked to the third. I'm like, hey, will you sell that? They're like, yeah, we'll sell it, but we just want to sell all the pieces together. We don't want to see little project. We want to see one big project. I'm like, okay. So from day 1 to day 100, it took me over 3 years to buy all 3 of those lots.
Yeah.
Right. And now I bought all 3 lots, and they're industrial buildings, industrial land here in Southern California. I think I'm all in on those 3 lots at like $2.25 million.
Wow.
Each lot was this price. One was $1 million, one was like 900, the other was something else. I'm all in for $2.25 million. The day that I closed escrow on the third one, making it one large property, it was probably worth over 5.
No.
Because I took the time and the effort to take the pieces and put them together into something better.
Yeah.
Right? So now I got this piece of property where I already have $2.5 million worth of equity. And now I'm going to go develop it into a larger industrial building and sell it and make, $4 or $5 million profit.
Nice.
Right? But it takes time, it takes diligence, it takes focus. And if you can be patient and put things together and take the pieces, like I said, and put them together into something better, you'll have a success.
Yeah.
So it's not a huge success, that project, but it is a success that took the time and the effort and putting the pieces together.
Yeah.
So now that we got all 3 pieces together, we're combining the lots. We've come up with the design. We've already submitted it to the city. This is our second project in the city that I've done. And it's the same city that says, hey, thank you for bringing this because this is a really good looking building. And now
they're all for it.
Yeah. So now the second building that we're doing is going to even be more. So I guarantee you when the city sees it, they're going to be like, oh, damn, that's nice.
Yeah.
And when I build it, all the other developers in the area are going to be like, oh, damn, that's nice. We better level up.
Yeah.
Right?
I like
and so
that.
when they level up, it just pushes me to go even more.
Yeah.
And so that's one that I'm working on right now.
So it sounds like, so do you have like a community or network of fellow developers where you kind of just like are always loving each other up and things that kind of, that's what it kind of sounds like.
You start meeting other ones.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because, my consultant introduced me to another one of his clients, and then my my engineer introduced me to one of his clients, and then you guys start talking shop.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, I got a project here in this city. He's like, oh, man, I've been dealing with them for years. I'm like, yeah, me too. I'm really having problems. And we start kind of working through issues. And then, another guy told me like, oh, yeah, I had this problem and this is how I got through it. I'm like, well, I'm experiencing the same thing. And he's like, well, this is what I did. Right. Yeah. Because, like I said, if you start finding the right people, even though they're technically competition.
Yeah.
They know there's enough meat on the bone for everyone.
Yeah.
And so they don't mind helping you out because you're not in direct competition. You're not across the street from them.
Yeah.
You're on the other side of town. You're in a different city. And they see that and they're like, yeah, I don't mind helping you out.
Yeah.
And vice versa. If someone came to me with a problem with their development, I would love to help them out because I want to see them win.
Yeah.
I want to see them win because when they win, other people win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like you're building a pizza shop. They're building a pizza shop right next to you in like the same like town or city or something.
The same
like that.
shopping center.
Yeah, same shopping center.
Yeah, no. I mean, but if he comes to me and say, I want to build a pizza shop like yours, I'm like, where? He's like, on the other side of town. I'm like, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let me help you out because your clientele and your location have nothing to do with me. I would love to see you go win.
Yeah.
Because the more you win, the more I win. And maybe in the future we collaborate and have a pizza empire.
Yeah.
And we sell it to Wall Street for $1 billion.
Yeah.
You never know.
See, that's not an ego. That's not ego driven. That's value driven. That's servant driven. And that's what I think makes entrepreneurs who separate themselves so unique, such as yourself. You get what I'm saying?
Well, when you win with other people, it's you're winning so much more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You either struggle by yourself or you go win with other people.
Yeah.
And that's the way I see it.
Yeah. Awesome. Next question. It was about the deals. And I'm asking this because some people, they always kind of see it in light of like, okay, we're talking real estate, but you could actually take that wisdom and apply it to even like, something else in your relationships and like other things, right?
Correct.
So what would you say overall, this may be really technical, I guess, without an example, what separates a good deal from a bad deal in Ahmed's eyes?
I think if you're trying to force it,
Okay.
you're trying to make it work, whether it's financially or physically.
Okay.
Hey, I want to develop. A lot of people want to develop for the ego of it because they see it as the pinnacle of real estate.
Yeah.
Developers are the top of the pyramid.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I see.
bro, maybe I'm up here at the top of the pyramid, but this guy out here who's slinging, condo loans all day long is making 10 times more money than I am. Right?
Yeah.
I'm
see.
like I said, if I can go back in time, I would be doing something else.
Yeah.
Because it'd be a lot more profitable for me.
Yeah.
But they see it as an ego thing. Hey, I want to develop it. It's okay. Well, make sure you're not doing it for your ego. All right. And if it is for your ego, make sure it's good ego. Right. And then number 2, make sure you're not trying to force it.
Okay.
Right. I mean, like, hey, I'm trying to build on this piece of land. I'm like, well, does it actually work? You're trying to build a house. Can you even build a house on it? Does the land even support a house? Is it even the right shape, the right size? Don't force it.
Is it right for like that specific location,
Exactly.
surrounding buildings, things like that? Okay.
Is there even a market for it? Is there a buyer or renter for it? Right? You're trying to force something just because you're doing it for your ego. Right? And then number 2, financially, they're like, oh, here's the financials on it. Here's how much the land is, the construction, the sale price, whatever it is. I'm like, make sure you're not trying to force it by saying, oh, there's a profit there. I'm like, well, not really, bro. Your profit's pretty thin. I wouldn't take that risk.
Yeah.
Right. You need a much fatter profit on that. So don't try and squeeze an opportunity, squeeze a financial outcome, squeeze whatever it is. Because when you start squeezing like that, you're going to end up with disaster.
I think that's such a profound lesson right there, because again, maybe this doesn't apply to real estate development, right? But
it applies to every business.
It applies to everything, right? Because what I would say is this, like, to me, the ultimate deal, the ultimate home run is when everyone wins. Correct. Now, I'm not just saying like individuals, but like the community, the entities, like every party that's involved within whatever that thing is. That's a good deal.
Look at the restaurant business. What percentage of restaurants go out of business within 3 years?
Like, was it 90%?
90%.
Yeah.
Right? You may be a great cook. You may have a great idea, but you're trying to squeeze, whether it's your concept, your business, or whatever it is you're cooking, into something that won't work.
So good.
Maybe the wrong area. It may be the wrong location. It may be you can't see it from the street. Maybe you're just a bad operator.
Yeah.
Don't squeeze something.
Yeah. Just
because your ego or your heart tells you to.
Yeah.
You got to be careful. Yeah.
It's like it has to just make sense sometimes, right? It just has to be a good fit. It has to make sense. And again, like you said, don't force it. Don't push it. Yeah.
Yeah. I love all sorts of things.
Yeah.
I would love to do all sorts of things. But my mind tells me don't do it. Right? But my heart's like, but my heart says do it. I'm like, no, don't. You're going to lose all your money. You're going to lose all your time. It's going to be a disaster, right?
Yeah.
I would love to do all sorts of dumb businesses that I love. I would love to have, honestly, you know me, cupcakes and guns. And cigars.
Yeah.
I would love to have a cupcake gun cigar shop.
Yeah.
But most likely that would be a failure. You know what I mean? Because it has 3 different types of clients and stuff. But I would love to, but that would be a failure, a disaster.
It's the same thing. Hey, I would love to review cheeseburgers for the rest of my life, but it's definitely just not a good look, especially with my health and all the responsibilities.
What about opening up a cheeseburger store, restaurant?
Huh?
What about you opening up a restaurant? Cheeseburgers.
Hey, you know what? There's lots of options out there, I guess. It's just don't force it.
Don't force it.
Don't force it.
100%.
A good friend told me don't force it.
Don't force it. It has to make sense, bro.
That's so funny, man.
You know?
That's so funny. Well, what would you say? Because you've done multiple projects, right?
Yeah.
I think you've done was it like 500 million?
I've done $500 million in transactions, whether it's sales, leases, developments, construction. There's $500 million there.
What's one lesson you've learned from a project that maybe didn't go your way or like as planned?
Interesting. So when I was working for the construction firms, I was known as the fixer.
Okay.
Like when something was going wrong, a project was going off track, it's going over budget, or schedule's getting messed up, they would send me in to go fix it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's because it goes back to my natural ability of putting things together.
Okay.
I know how to take things apart to the smallest denominator, analyze them, and put them back together. Right? So I would go into a project and it'd be going off track, contractors, budgets, schedules, owners, whatever it was, it's just something was happening and it's going bad. And I'd go in there and I would figure out what's going on and how to fix it, right? And that's like, okay, let's slow down, take a minute, back up, and start taking things apart one by one and seeing where the problem lies. Does the problem lie in bad communication between this guy and this guy? Does the problem lie in a discrepancy between deliveries from this supplier to this job site? Where is the problem? Is it expectations and promises that are not being met or communicated? So it's about breaking things down to the smallest denominator, finding where the problem is, and then putting it back together the right way so things get back on track. Right? And I think that's something you could apply to any business. My business is going wrong. I'm having difficulties. I'm having struggles. My car is making a noise. Okay, let's stop, take a minute, break it down, figure out where the problem is, and start putting it back together the right way to get back on track.
Where's the source of the problem? Yeah.
And that's just one of my natural abilities, to be able to talk to people, to understand people, to get information out of people, and to figure out what they're trying to say or what they're trying to understand or where their, pressure point is, and fix that.
Yeah.
And then do it in a way where, we're calm, we're collected, we're coming together as a team.
Yeah.
To try and fix something versus pointing fingers.
Yeah.
Right? Because everybody wants to point fingers. Everyone wants their ego to win. Everybody wants their, to say, I told you so.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, this is a business and we all need to win. So let's sit down, put our heads together, and figure this out.
Yeah.
And I think I had a really good ability to do that.
Yeah.
With a lot of different teams and a lot of different people. You push me and I'll explode.
Yeah.
But I have a pretty good way of bringing those people together, talking it out, understanding, and figuring out what the problem is, and then fixing it and getting it back on track.
Yeah, the conductor, man, the conductor.
Fine, yeah.
Yeah. What's funny is just while you're explaining all that, it just reminded me. I'm like, well, this is why Ahmed's such a great facilitator. We've talked about this when we try to get the boys together. They go shoot guns. Sure. There's those people that are like, they just wait for the invite and they'll be there. And then there's facilitators like me and you more so, if I could be honest. No. Like you got to bring the people together and be like, yo, get your crap together. We're going to go.
Yeah.
Right. And just commit and be sure to answer. You know what I'm saying?
Well, because I got tired of waiting for the invite.
Yeah. I'm
like, well, shit, I want to go shooting. Will someone go invite me to go shooting or go out and grab dinner and have dinner with the guys? I'm tired of waiting. I'm like, okay, let me put it together then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're either the person that gets invited everywhere or you're the person that always facilitates.
Yeah.
And we would all love to be invited all the time.
Yeah.
But that doesn't happen for everyone.
Yeah.
So either you facilitate or you don't. So I'm like, I'm just going to go facilitate. And, I want to see my boys. I want to see EJ. I want to see the rest of the guys. Let's get together, have dinner. Let's go shoot. Let's go have a cigar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, we'll find a time. We'll make it work.
Yeah. Oh, I love about you, man. There was a time. So let's talk a little bit about personal branding, social media.
Yeah.
I want to bring that up because I feel like yours has grown the past 5 years, no question, especially with just everything that you're doing and the rooms that you've been in. But I remember, and it remind me, I forget what it was, what event. Maybe it was just like us together, like one of the Arte events, or maybe it was one of the like Level Up events we hosted. But I remember you asked, how do I separate myself with social media, or how do I make it interesting? Because I'm in real estate development. It's kind of like a hard thing to kind of like, I don't know, versus like maybe like a personal trainer. That's easy.
Yeah.
Right? And so I think my question is like, what did you find with that, and why is personal brand? What have you seen personal branding do for your business and social media do for your business?
Great question. Yeah, we have talked about it a lot.
Yeah.
So, there's a couple answers to that. One, there's a little bit of ego because we all want to be recognized, right? Let's be honest. Everybody wants to be recognized for what they do, and they want to be recognized for doing a good job.
Yeah.
Of course, you talk to Tony Robbins' 5 levels of human, whatever it may be, and one of them is significance.
Yeah.
Of course. Number 2 is also everybody wants to share and help, or at least good people do. They want to share and help and grow. And number 3 is like, how do I take what I know, my experiences, my successes, my failures, and help other people do it at the same time? And the last reason is if you're not on social media, if you're not hosting a podcast and bringing people together and putting yourself out there, true, you're going to be left behind.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. When was the last time you got a business card?
Yeah.
When's the last time you handed out a business card?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Somebody asked me, do you have a card? I mean, people ask me all the time, do you have a card? I'm like, no.
Well, people are like, yo, you got to get a digital business card. And I'm thinking to myself, like, honestly, my Instagram is like my digital business card. You know what I mean?
There's got to be some sort of social media presence, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't.
Yeah.
And I see people who are wildly successful, wildly influential, wildly, good at what they do, and they could help so many people. They have no social media.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, if you don't do it now, you're going to get left behind.
Yeah.
So that's why I put a lot of time and effort into it, not only to be recognized for what I do and work hard to do, but also to say, okay, I am somebody out there that does this type of thing.
And I'm good at it.
I'm good at it.
Yeah.
And like, if you want to know more about me, look me up.
Yeah.
Versus, here's my business card. Okay, well, how... We all have that stack on our desk that is this big of business cards we never look at.
Yeah.
We're always looking at someone's social media. Are they good at what they do? Are they full of shit, or are they actually, they practice what they preach? Do they help people? Are they associated with people? Are they in my neighborhood? Are they in my area? Do they even have a product that I want, or a service, or just someone I want to be friends with? You know what I mean? Like, oh, that person likes dogs, smokes cigars, shoots guns, builds buildings. This could be a friend of mine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no one knows that about you unless you put it out there.
Yeah.
Right? So I see social media as one, being important to do regardless of what you do. And then number 2, you got to put it out there if you wanted to also make an impact. And I wanted to do both. I want to be recognized for what I want to do, or what I do. I want to be able to help other people. And then I also want to make an impact and to, find opportunities to collaborate, and do more with other people. Yeah. So social media was the way to do that.
Dude, how many incredible people have you and I both met through social media? Whether it's just liking a post, maybe even commenting and be like, damn, I love this, keep up the great work, or just anything like that, right? People just miss the small little, I guess you could say, practices, habits, or gestures of what social media can do. I mean, truthfully, if we didn't meet through the Arte event, we probably would have met on social media.
Probably so. I'm like, you're down the street, bro. Let's get together. Cheeseburgers and cupcakes, right?
Yeah. That's so funny.
But look at all the people you have met through your podcast, all the people you met through your professional associations, and look what that has done for you personally. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's amazing because, as we said before, entrepreneurship is lonely. And I love having relationships, friendships, partnerships, and people to, be in my circle and me in theirs. Yeah. I love that. I would say, too, there's a level of definitely some authenticity that needs to be, I guess, displayed in regards to that personal brand and social media, because I think there's kind of 2 things. First, one is, I think we've spoken about this before. I think, like, especially the smartest people, like me, and like not to say that we're the smartest, but smart people, we have like what I like to call this bullshit meter. Oh yeah. Like we just know, like, yo, that guy's the real deal. He's authentic. He's legit, right? And then there's like, nah, like I could already kind of like my intuition's already telling me, and you listen to your intuition, like you do, right? It's like, and then you don't have no social media presence, or you don't just have the credibility online. There's no testimonials. There's nothing about you, and now you just lost a lot of favor in that part. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? So I'm just kind of like, yo, like you got to do it, not just be authentic, but at the same time, you're definitely going to just be left behind. Well, when I get up in the morning, I thank God for opening my eyes, and please, God, don't ever let me end up being on Baller Busters.
Yeah. Dude, can we talk about that just real quick? Yeah. So, you know this, because I've texted you. We're not going to put any names out there.
No, we could.
We could. Yeah. But I've texted you a few things that we've seen on Baller Busters, right? And I don't know if you remember this. I said, I just don't understand. And I say that because I think I was just so in disbelief that these particular individuals were being exposed.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you remember this. I said, Ahmed, like, why is it so hard? To me, business can be complex. Yeah, there's all this stuff.
Yeah.
But to me, I'm like, yo, business is simple.
Mm-hmm.
Do the right thing, number one.
Yep.
In this order. Do the right thing.
Always.
And number two, be profitable.
True.
That's it.
Yeah.
And I just don't know. I just can't. And at the end of the day, you can't please everyone.
Sure.
Like, we understand that. But at the end of the day, I'm like, why? I just don't understand it. Like, why do people have to do it the wrong way or the cheat way or the scandalous way to thrive? Like, I just don't get it.
It goes back to ego and greed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Their ego and their greed are both bad.
Yeah.
You know, they want the shortcut. They don't, mind taking the shortcuts to get there. They don't mind hurting people to get there.
Yeah.
They think it's okay. They see other people doing it, so they automatically assume it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like that, and it just takes them away because social media is also is definitely a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
You can get all the good out of it, but you also get the bad out of it.
Yeah.
And when you start seeing people doing things that are bad, you know they're bad.
Yeah.
But when you start seeing more and more and more people doing something that's bad, then everyone's doing something that's bad, then you're like,
it's almost like it's normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's justified.
It's okay.
Everyone's doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
No big deal.
Yeah.
Well, you'll know it's a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
But, the more the people do this, the more people see that it's justified. But the good news is people with the bullshit meter are finally starting to call it out,
Mm-hmm.
right? Baller busters and other people out there, they're calling it out.
Yeah.
Which is...
They're relentless too, by the way.
Yeah, but it's good, though, because it tells me that I can start calling it out because calling it out is the right thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Watch out for this guy. That's a scam.
Yeah.
You're not getting anything out of it, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Be careful. Double check. Do your homework. People ask me all the time on things, whether it's politics or religion or business or whatever it is. They ask me in my opinion. I'm going to give you facts.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give you my opinion. I'm going to give you facts. And then I want you to go do your own homework. And then you come up with your own decision.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sway you. I'm not going to push you in any direction. I'm going to give you facts.
I'm not going to think different about you.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just facts.
Yeah.
Do your homework and come up with your own decision. And if you do the work, whether it's in depth or not, if you do the work, you're going to see the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's also the big word, which is accountability.
Yeah.
That's that accountability piece too. Yeah. Like, I'm not so much the type to, again, everyone has a different cup of tea, right? I'm not so much the type to call people out. It's just kind of not my style. But I think there's a different sense of like, yo, you got to hold people accountable too.
Sure.
Right. And it's just like, again, it just depends on what's your jam at that. But I also think it comes back to the heart because now we're talking about character.
Yeah.
Right. There's that saying, and I truly believe it because I've been through it. It's like, imagine like someone with money who has a lot of it and who doesn't have a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
I think your character gets revealed truly, whether you don't have a lot or you have a lot.
It's an amplifier.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Right. And so, but it literally does come back to the heart.
True.
At the end of the day.
True.
Right. So, let's talk about entrepreneurship. We kind of spoke about this, and then off camera, and we spoke about it just right now. Entrepreneurship's lonely.
It is.
Expand on that.
You're almost isolated,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, life, career, you have options. You either work for somebody, where you're maybe in an office or in a business where you're surrounded by other people, and you come in and you know exactly what you need to do. Come in at 8, you leave at 5, you have a job, you excel at your job, and you go home.
Mm-hmm.
Or you're an entrepreneur where it's almost like you're 24/7, and you're doing it alone. You don't have a team of friends or colleagues or coworkers. You don't have people saying, hey, it's 5 o'clock, we're going to go happy hour, we're going to celebrate someone's birthday. It's essentially you're working by yourself until a point where you start having people around you. So as a real estate practitioner, it's mostly just me. It's either me on the phones or me on the computer or me dealing with this. I'm not surrounded by a bunch of people. I'm not having conversations. We're not by the water cooler. I'm going home, with a head full of problems and trying to figuring it out myself, etc., versus going home and saying my day is done. I got nothing to think about until I go back to work the next morning.
Yeah.
Right. So you're essentially alone. Like, who do you have to talk to? Who do you have to reach out to? Who do you have to discuss your problems with?
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have other entrepreneurs that understand your path, it's really hard to have relationships and conversations with people who don't understand what you're going through. So finding other entrepreneurs is hard. That you can relate to, that you can have the conversation with. So it is lonely because you are going home alone. You don't know, what to do next. You got to figure it out. You got to put the work in. There's no rule book. There's no guidebook. It's just kind of like everything's on your shoulders. It's on your back. It's, you're 100% responsible.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of creates an isolation where you are kind of alone in this, until you break out of it. And finding those people to help you is not easy. I thank God I found you, and I thank God I found other of our friends, because now we can have those conversations. We can mastermind and work together and work things out, and I can go to you whether it's a personal or professional problem, and vice versa.
Yeah.
But until you find those people, it's very lonely.
Yeah. It's one thing I think is not a lot of people can just understand the mindset and everything it takes to be an entrepreneur.
Sure.
Is one thing, right? You're going to be definitely, misjudged. People are not just going to understand. But, Ahmed, the fixer, the conductor, I mean, how do we solve that problem in addition to maybe, surrounding yourself with other people? Is that really the answer? Is there more to it? Is that finding your routine? What does that look like, you think?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
Because the routine is very important.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if you're just reacting every day, all you do is wake up and react to everything, it's a problem.
Yeah.
You'll get nothing accomplished.
Yeah.
If you have a routine, say I'm going to wake up, eat breakfast, be in the office by this time, I'm going to leave at this time, I'm going to go to the gym at this time, it creates a little bit of more stability.
Yeah.
Right? It makes, if you have stability and a schedule and a flow, it helps ground you a little bit more.
Absolutely.
Right?
Because it has to be personalized.
Yeah, exactly. It's a big deal. It's where it works for you. And then number 2 is finding those people to have those conversations with.
Mm-hmm.
I can't emphasize it enough. You can't do this alone.
Mm-hmm.
You can't. Whether it's life, whether it's marriage, whether it's being a parent, whether it's being an entrepreneur, you need other people in your corner. Yeah. Whether it's a friend or a spouse or a cousin or a brother, whoever it is, you need somebody in your corner to work with, to help you out, and you help them.
Again, this is not just entrepreneurship, just in general.
It's in life, yeah. Everyone says, I'm a single parent, I'm a solopreneur, I'm this and that. I'm like, yes, but do you have people in your corner?
Yeah.
Do you have a friend, a colleague, an aunt, a cousin, a sister, a college best friend, whatever it is that person in your circle, in your life, to help you get through it? Because everyone needs somebody.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I love that. 2 more things before we kind of wrap up here. Yeah. What does it really take, in your opinion, to succeed as an entrepreneur, or even just in life? What does it really take?
It's definitely mindset, right? But it's also emotional intelligence, right?
I love that you bring that up. I love it.
You have to have the ability to tell yourself no.
Yeah.
You have to tell yourself you don't have the ability to do something.
And that's not easy.
No, it hurts.
Yes.
I would like to have the ability to do this, and this, but I don't.
Yeah.
I have health problems. I have to tell myself I am not going to run a marathon, at least not anytime soon, right? Or I have to be honest with myself and saying I need to slow down and focus on this. Or I have to be honest with myself about I am not a good business person, I'm not a good operator, et cetera, et cetera. Or maybe I'm a great rainmaker. I could bring in the opportunities, but I'm really bad at executing. So it's really having the emotional intelligence to tell yourself yes and no, and to recognize your strengths and your weaknesses, and to put that into play. Because, your ego will blind you. Success of other people will blind you. And you got to have the emotional intelligence to reel it back in and look at yourself unobjectively to figure things out. And I tell this to people all the time. Step outside of yourself and look at yourself and evaluate yourself from a third person perspective, and be completely open and honest about it. their health. Your health, is your health good or your health is bad? Is your, social skills good or are they bad? Do you have good relationships? Do you help people or do you not help people? Do you have the ability to be a good entrepreneur or a bad entrepreneur? Do you have the ability to say, hey, I'm really good at this, but I'm really bad at that?
Yeah.
You got to be honest and look at yourself from a third person perspective and really evaluate yourself in terms of your skills and your strengths and your weaknesses, and then double down on what you're good at, and then what you're not good at, maybe you avoid stuff like that, or you come up with a plan to fix that,
or outsource that, or find someone that is good at that,
whatever
right?
it is. Maybe you're bad at relationships or friendships and social, then you have somebody help you with that. Say, hey, I'm not really so good, but maybe we can do it together. Or maybe it's business saying, hey, EJ, you're an amazing operator, I'm really good at finding opportunities, let me find the opportunities and let you execute them because you're way better at it than I am. You know what I mean? Or vice versa. Right? And just being honest, because when people think I can do it all, I can handle it all, I know it all, that's the number one recipe for disaster. Failure.
Yeah. Love that. Well, last question I got for you, brother. And I think this is just so fitting just because of what I know about you, your mindset, and just everything we talked about. But what would you say is, how would you describe becoming your highest self? That's the podcast mantra, just to let you know, by the way.
That is, you couldn't send me the questions beforehand, right?
It's so funny. Before you answer, I obviously got questions here, but for someone as sharp as you, to me, your wisdom is so profound that I know when it comes from your heart and from your character, I know it's solid. So no pressure or anything.
Well, no one is perfect. Only God is. The only perfect thing in the universe is God. But if you have the mindset and the discipline and the mentality and the emotional intelligence to say, I can always do more, whether it's big steps or small steps, or even having the desire to do more or the want to do more, that's what separates yourself. That's success. Maybe you don't even get there, but you had the desire, you tried to take a step, you tried to go in that direction,
you made an attempt.
That's still success to me.
Yes.
You know what I mean? We just talked about a little while ago, health. I took my health for granted, and right now I'm going down the health path right now, big time. Will I get to ideal health? Maybe, maybe not. But I know I'm successful because I'm at least trying to take the steps in that direction.
You acknowledge that and you're doing something about it.
Doing something. There's a saying. It's it's within faith. It's in the Muslim culture and in the Islamic faith, is if you have the ability to, and I'm maybe messing this up, but if you have the ability to change something, change something. And if you don't have the ability to change it, say something about it. And if you don't have the ability to say something about it, at least change it in your heart. Right? So, which it translates to do whatever you can, but at least try and go forward, whether it's in your heart, whether it's in your mind, or you're taking the steps and the actions to go in that direction. Do anything you can to do there. And that's the definition of success to me.
I love that, man. Well, Ahmed, I appreciate you coming on the podcast, man. If anyone wants to connect with you, maybe throw a deal at you, whether they or maybe they want to somehow slip through and go shooting with us.
Something, yeah.
Where can they find you, brother?
The easiest place to find me is Instagram. That's kind of the social media of choice. Okay. And it's Ahmed Builds Better.
Okay. Awesome. We'll have that in the description. Parables Podcast, we are out of here. I appreciate you, Ahmed, coming on, man. Long time coming.
Yeah,
and I can't wait for the future memories we're going to continue to create together, brother.
That'd be great.
Yeah, awesome. Take care, everyone.
Hey, everyone. Thank you for tuning into the podcast. If you enjoyed the episode and found value, don't forget to hit that follow so you are always updated and in the loop with the latest episode drops. In addition, if you could rate the podcast, that would help us tremendously with visibility. Lastly, if you know someone that would enjoy or benefit from this episode or the show, please pay it forward and share it with them. It means a lot to us. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.